I do know. It is like you already planning. Yeah, this one of those private conversations.
Yeah, this is
What do we call these?
What did we call it?
Did we make up a name? No, we had a name for these.
Yeah, we had a name for it. I forgot how we branded it.
Me too. But yeah, we're talking. Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah,
we was talking about alignment, and you said something about purpose and all that.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying about I was meeting or I met up with what is his whole name? Benito.
I don't know his last name.
I can't remember his last name, but
I don't want to mess. I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, I don't either. So Benito, the guy that put together Remix Ideas.
The Remix Ideas. Look, if you don't know, if you live in Little Rock or even in like another state, Remix Ideas is actually, I think it's regional. I think it's a regional.
It's regional. Yeah,
it's a but you can come to it though.
Yeah.
So Remix Ideas is an event. I went to one before. I told. Yeah. It's where you come and you present your business, and the audience actually votes on it.
Yeah.
For it to be not approved, but to see if it's the best one or not. And if your business get voted the best one,
you get cash.
You get cash,
like whole check. Like he was just telling me that he's planning another one. He'll probably have about 2 more. Because the one you went to, it was like $5,000. The prize was.
Mine was 1,000.
It was 1,000.
I think it was 1,000. No, it was 5,000.
It was 5,000.
Yeah.
The one he just had, the most recent one.
No, I went to the one before that one. It was 1,000. I went to the one before.
Okay, yeah, that one might have been 1,000, but the most recent one he had 5, was for 5,000. He said he might do that once or twice more, but the next one after that will be 10. So what he's doing in the community is really what we talked about earlier, as far as the economical piece, as far as the projects that we have going in our community, setting up the infrastructure for it. Because if, just like you said, we don't have a large or massive black construction company.
We don't. Not here in Arkansas.
Not here in Arkansas. Okay, but what if that's something that I wanted to do?
Absolutely.
And I go to this Remix Ideas and I get $10,000.
10 racks. But how'd you meet Benito? How did you meet Benito?
I met Benito randomly. I love coffee. I was getting coffee one day at a Starbucks in Little Rock. And he was there. He was meeting with another guy. They had a conversation or whatever, and I'm really kind of nosy, so I was kind of ear hustling, and I heard what he was working on, and so I just introduced myself, man. He was in that time. He was just then getting the Remix Ideas project off the ground. Yeah. So we had chopped it up a little bit, man, and like I said, I introduced myself and that was really it, man. He told me he wished me luck with my business endeavor, and I told him we keep in contact, and every so often, I'd see him through the city or whatever. But yeah.
And man, when you get in alignment, man, you start you don't have to go searching for anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's already here.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy, because I saw him again just like earlier this week. I want to say it was like on Thursday, maybe Friday. We were both at an entrepreneur networking event that they were having downtown at the technology hub.
Yeah, the technology center downtown.
Yeah, man,
if you're in Arkansas,
nice.
it's about to boom.
It's really nice, man.
I challenge everyone, and I challenge everyone to do this in any city you're in. Go look at the city plans.
Yep.
Go to the library, the local library. Look at the city plans, and get involved. Matter of fact, you ain't gotta go to the library anymore.
Nope.
Just
go
look on the internet. Yeah. If you go look up, I think City Plans 2050 or 2040 for Arkansas, you're able to see the Metro Plan, and the Metro Plan is the technology center.
Yeah, technology center.
Arkansas is about to go through a major infrastructure change, and if you are not, Little Rock. Let me say Little Rock.
Yeah, Central Arkansas. Because Conway is doing some big things.
They are. They found that gas, that oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever. Fracking.
Yeah.
But thing is, you have to understand the plans. If you're not planning, you are being planned on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like if you don't have some type of strategic action plan, best believe somebody has already incorporated you as a pawn in their strategic action plan.
Yeah,
I promise you, man. I promise you. I promise you. I promise.
It happens, and so you have to create. I always tell people, you got to create a personal life strategy.
Yeah.
For you and your life.
Yeah.
And do it separate from your mate. I look.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's heavy. Yeah.
Do it separate from your mate, because your alignment could be different than their alignment and what their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you all supposed to be together. Don't get it twisted, but your purpose is not my purpose.
This is true.
It's not mine.
This is true.
Like, God didn't be like, oh, hey, y'all two right here. Y'all got the same purpose and y'all get married.
Right, right. And y'all get married.
Now, that can be connected. They can be connected, but...
And not to say that it couldn't happen that way.
Yeah,
like
I'm not saying
it's
it at all.
possible. Yeah,
but
possible.
typically
it doesn't.
You're like, if, for instance, my relationship.
Yeah.
I'm the extrovert.
Yeah.
I'm the talker. I'm out here talking and stuff.
Yeah.
My girl, she not like that.
Yeah.
She don't like talking to people.
Yeah, she's definitely introverted.
But we both connect with taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So she can do taxes the way she doing,
mm-hmm.
which is not talking to people. Well, she talk to people about taxes, but she not out here like I am.
Yeah.
And I doing the way I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's my purpose, though.
Yeah, that's your walk. That's your journey.
And so she can't walk it for me, and I can't walk it for her.
At all.
So
At all.
definitely, like, sit down. And some people say, well, what if I don't know my passion? Well, my purpose. Well, look. Just start doing the stuff that you like doing. Start there.
I always, because I work with a lot of people who, because I deal with corporation creation. So I talk to a lot of people who want to start businesses or whatever, but they don't know what to do, or they don't know, how to get started or anything like that. So, I get a lot of questions like, well, Josh, well, what kind of business should I start? The only answer that I have for you is to, one, figure out what you're passionate about. Well, Josh, how do I go about that? The first thing, how I found my passion is I had to look back at my life and see the thing in my life. In the times that I was most happy, what was I doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I backtrack, when I life mapped is what I called it. When I life mapped, my most happiest times were, one, when I was surrounded by good people, and two, when I was giving and helping others. And
so you build you typically, it's a process called procession. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure I say it right. Procession is, and I think I talked about this before. I know it was at an event, and it was an event.
Oh, yeah.
And so what I tell people is this, and I ask them this question because I always want people to think about different things.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the bee, the bumblebee, or the bee, period.
Mm-hmm.
I always ask, what is the purpose of the bee?
Yeah.
Take that back. What does the bee think its purpose is?
Ooh.
The bee think its purpose is to get nectar.
Yeah, to get nectar.
And to get those sweets. But the purpose that God designed the bee for is to actually pollinate the other flowers, to cross-pollinate.
Exactly.
So, and what happened to me, I started off working for the government in social work because I love helping people.
Yeah, because you love helping people.
I couldn't get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't until I started really getting into alignment that I discovered that, hey, man, you probably need to be teaching.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what's crazy? Like my road has I want to say slowly pushed me to education, and I was thinking about it like a couple weeks ago, man. I was like, Josh, how didn't you get into education? Because your grandmother, she was into education. You have four great aunts that you were close to, that like you had hands in helping you and raising you. They're teachers. My grandmother, she was a teacher. So I have education runs rampant in my family.
Yeah.
So how didn't you get into it? I don't know, man. I went a different route, but
I got a question for that.
Yeah.
Did you go a different route because did you go a different route because you, in essence, was going against what they were doing? Like you wanted to be like that person's like that was intentionally just the person that is defined?
I don't know if it was intentional, but true to form, yes, it was. I say radical in nature, because one, there were no, like, I've always had high aspirations, So,
but it probably came from them. They probably.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like my grandmother, hands down, by far. And
she got that book.
No, not my.
You said grandmother.
Yeah, my maternal grandmother. She my mom's mom, she ingrained in me that no matter what, you can do, if you can see it, you can be it. Yeah. That was an adage that she instilled in me.
But that's real, though.
And that's real, because I could visualize myself at a young age being a therapist.
You know what's crazy though, to me in my experience, is that our kids don't see it enough.
Right.
Like they don't see enough black male educators.
Right. I mean, that really just kind of opens Pandora's box to.
They don't see enough. For Black Panther to do it, it did an amazing job.
Oh yeah.
But they don't see enough black representation of themselves being in a positive light.
In a positive light.
So for the kids that can't see it, they can't be it because they never see it. Like we went to the prison just now.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. I ain't gonna say guarantee, but I would make a bet, and I don't like betting, that most of the kids in that room has never ever saw a black millionaire.
Oh, I guarantee that. I can guarantee it.
So how can they be one if they never see it?
I can guarantee it. I mean, and that's true on so many segments of life. Like that reminds me of a segment of Oprah Soul Food Sunday, talking about absent fathers. You know, well, how can this condition be perpetuated over generations? Well, if I never grew up with a male figure in the house for 18 years, that's norm. You know? Yeah. So when I have a son, it's not a requirement for me to be in there. Yep. To me, it's not a requirement because I live without one. So if I never seen it, I'm not going to show it to my son. Yep. My son grows up 18 years.
Generational.
It's generational. That's just two.
And it's another side to that too.
Yeah.
And this goes to the relationship side. And I think this is why toxic relationships exist the way they do.
Yeah.
How can
I have a healthy relationship if I've never seen one?
Or if I've never been around one? Or
point blank, man.
So this is where we get into the expectations and standards.
Yeah, and standards. Yeah.
I expect, like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, this is good.
So I expect what society shows me a man is.
Woo.
Or a good relationship. I expect with society for that to be what that is in that relationship.
Yep.
So now I start setting expectations on something I've never experienced.
Around that, yep.
So my expectation is a man's supposed to cut the grass, do all the man stuff. That's the expectation.
Yep.
But what if you grew up cooking as a man?
Right.
So you expected me to be it's almost like asking a turtle to be a bird.
Yeah.
It's like, you want me to be a bird because your expectation of what society told you I'm supposed to be, if I don't match up with it, now I'm sorry.
Right. I'm not as valued as
because I cook instead of
cut grass.
I pay somebody to cut the grass.
Right. I don't maybe her dad was a handyman.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not a handyman.
I'm not a handyman.
I don't fix shit.
I don't.
I mean,
I can tinker with it.
Yeah,
I try to figure some stuff out.
But that's not what I do.
That's not me.
But your dad wasn't a public speaker, or he wasn't a teacher. So did you expect him to teach?
Hey.
That's so. I have these conversations with women all the time. It's a movie by Tyler Perry. I can't think of the name of this movie, but the story is this: she started cheating on her husband because she said he wasn't man enough.
He wasn't man enough. That's what's his
Color
name?
Girls? No.
Because she ended up reaping that.
She ended
up reaping that.
But it's a scene in that movie.
I can't do that all by myself.
No, it's not it.
It's not. And he was a good dude, man.
See, I love Tyler Perry movies like that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
But this is the scene in the movie, and this scene like took me away. In the movie, it's a scene where it's a group of guys, and I think they're walking up the sidewalk or something, and they start making hollering at his wife in front of his face. Mm-hmm. But it was like 3 or 4 guys.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, "Babe, let's just go." He said, "Babe, let's get in the car." He's like, "Babe, let's go."
Yeah.
When they got in the car, she cussed his ass out and was like, "Why don't you protect me?"
Oh yeah, because she wanted him to take on the 3 or 4 dudes that was out. Yeah.
But he did protect you.
Because we left the situation.
We both left.
Right. Unarmed.
I protected both of us.
Unharmed. Right.
But because you've never been around a man
before, were expecting me to be a particular type of man.
Macho man guy.
A macho man.
A thug. Like I'm going to go fight for you.
Right.
Sometimes fight for you is walking away.
Right. But,
I can't think of the name. But, so, that's what I mean by it's hard to be, or even it's hard to understand a relationship if you never saw a healthy. If you never saw a healthy